Hi guys, Debbie Lively here, Lively View. Thank you so much for joining me again. I have a special guest here with me, my daughter Dillon, and we're going to talk about loving our hair and loving locks. I'm going to talk about our locks from a mature woman's point of view, and she's going to talk about locks from a younger woman's point of view. But before we move on, I need you guys to share, comment, and like, and subscribe to the video. I really am working at trying to grow my channel, and I need you all support. So please, please, please support it by sharing it, liking, and submitting. The other thing I want to always do before I start my videos, I'd like to invite the ancestors into the room. So let me just take a moment and do that. So please be with me. Be with us. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Once again, I want to introduce my daughter, Dillon, and let's just chit chat about our locks. And we're going to talk about 3 different things. We're going to talk about our journey with our hair. We're going to talk about authenticity with our hair, and then the care, what she does, what I do, and what she does. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let her talk a little bit about her journey. All right?
Yeah, and then we also have these earrings that you can see that we're wearing right now.
Yes.
And these are by her sister, my aunt, Nina Wilson.
Yes.
And she makes handmade denim jewelry.
Yep.
So chokers, earrings, bow ties. She does a lot of stuff, and her email will be should be popping up while you're watching this video, and it'll be in the description below too.
Mm-hmm. And you guys will see me with some of her jewelry. I'm going to be wearing a piece of her jewelry in all of my upcoming videos, at least the next 3 or 4 videos. Okay.
Yeah, so a little bit about my journey with my locks. I started when I was 15. I started 4.5 years ago. I'll be 5 years in January. I started in January 2016. And it wasn't the first time that I wanted to get locks. I asked her, and this is her 3rd set of locks, so I asked her, I think in middle school, if I could have locks, and she, kind of told me about the commitment, and that it's not, just a hairstyle that I could do away with on another day. So I waited till I was 15 and got my locks. I absolutely love them, because before then, she calls me the one ponytail wonder, but I didn't know how to do anything with my hair. So I had my hair in one ponytail for about 15 years, and that was all that I did, was wear that one ponytail. And it would kind of, it would pull on my hair, and pull on my edges, and it wasn't beneficial to its growth. So I started my locks. They were about here. You can see they've grown quite a bit in 4.5 years, almost 5. But I think just it being in its natural state has really been a great thing for its growth, and a great thing for me, because I don't have to do anything to my hair. I wake up and my hair is already done for me. And for somebody who doesn't know anything to do with their hair, it's a great thing, because your hair will just take off and grow, and you don't have to do anything. Yeah.
Okay. So for my journey, I'm about 25, 26 years natural. This is my 3rd, as she mentioned, this is my 3rd set of locks. And I initially started, with my locks. Well, I initially started with natural hair, right? I had quite a bit of hair, and I double strand twist for many, many years until I had her. And once I was a parent, I'm like, I can't keep double stranding twisting my hair, and I was doing it. It was taking me about between 3 to 5 hours to get it done. And I mean, for me to do it, because I was actually doing it myself. So it got to be a little bit too much. So at that point, I moved into locks, and and as I stated, this is my 3rd set of locks, and I've cut them off a couple of times. But I'm not going to be cutting these off. But it's so funny now. And I experimented with my hair in terms of locks, because back in the 90s, people weren't wearing their hair natural like they are now. And I used to have so many people who used to come up to me and ask questions about, what was I doing with my hair. I had people you know, make jokes about what I was doing in my hair, because at that time no one was really familiar, and I was in a learning process too, trying to figure out what to do with my hair. And it's so funny now that I see a lot of those same people on social media, you know, who actually made fun of me, you know, at the time, and like what I was trying to do with my hair. But now those people are, you know, natural, because it's just, it's the divine's way, you know, it's the divine's way of calling us, all of us, to be more in line with who we are. So yeah, so that is my journey. Let's talk a little bit about care. That's our second point. Care is what we do with our hair. You want to go ahead?
Sure. Yeah, so we don't do, well, I don't do a lot with my hair, but, and you know, as I said before I got my locks, I didn't know how to manage or take care of my hair. So I think a big point of hair care for me in having my locks has just been to make sure that they're moisturized. So I'll, you know, make sure that my hair is kind of damp, a little damp, and you know, make sure that it has that water in there so that it can seal in the moisture, and then I'll go ahead and use oils. And the oils add moisture, and then the water will seal it in. So I'll share a couple of the oils that I use. This is probably my go-to. It's the Moisture Miracle, and it's by African Pride. It has castor, grapeseed oil, argan, coconut, and olive in there. And this is just a great oil because it has just so many. So it tackles a ton of stuff. And it really hydrates and makes sure that your hair is moisturized. And then another one I'll share is the Cannabis Sativa hemp seed oil. And I really like this one because it has omegas in it and vitamin E. It's by Shea Moisture. And it's a really good just overall added moisture and making sure that your hair is moisturized. So yeah, but that's really all that I do with my hair to manage the upkeep. But you know, as we said before, our hair's in its most natural state right now, so it'll just take off and grow on its own, and that's the beauty of locks.
All right, I'm going to share two products with you guys, and like I said, I wanted to share from an older woman's perspective. So one of the things that we, as older women, we run into with natural hair is, and just not just natural hair, but any hair, just thinning and then gray hair, right? So what I've learned to do with thinning, and I'm going to show you guys my old set of locks. This is a set of locks that I used to have. That was my last pair of locks. These guys right here. Okay, so I kept them, and I know some people are like, Debbie, why are you keeping these locks? But I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons why I kept them, and I wasn't really even thinking about them. I just wanted to keep them because, you know, I feel like I kind of have a relationship with my hair sometimes. But you know, I was talking to my loctician, and I was showing him some of my, you know, parts of my hair that are thin, and he was just like, if you have your old locks, you can use those to like attach to your some of the ones that you have that are thin. So he and I did that. So occasionally when I find one that's thinning, I will take one of these locks to him and he will attach it to me. And I probably have about 3 or 4 right now that's attached, and you can see that I have the thinning from the coloring that I used to do with my hair, right? So I use some of my old set of locks to kind of repair these, and I don't have many because I don't really like to do that, because I have to be extra sensitive when you do attach them. You have to be extra sensitive because they will, you know, come off. So I don't really like that, but I have used it, and you know, will continue to use it when, you know, when I feel necessary or feel it necessary. But the other thing that I use too is to keep myself from having to rely on hair color. I use Henna hair color, and I use these two by Rainbow. So I use this red one, and I use this light brown, and I combine the two. And the cool thing about these is that they attach to the gray hair. So instead of your hair having this kind of flat surface, you'll still have, it'll look like highlights in the places where you have gray. And I think that's kind of a cool thing for an older woman, you know, because when you put a rinse on, a rinse is just one flat color. But with the henna, it'll attach, like I said, to your gray hair, and it'll make it look like you have like highlights, and I kind of like that. So this one is by Rainbow if you want to look for it. Okay, I'll put it in the description as well. And then the other thing I do from time to time, the only oils I kind of rely on is olive oil and coconut oil. I'm a real kind of natural, basic girl. I've never been one to do a lot of products, and I don't wear a lot of makeup, and I'm just kind of a natural woman. I put it on for like when I do my videos or I'm going someplace, but I'm just kind of a natural girl. But the other thing that I do too, I will occasionally just wet my hair, just moisturize it, not moisturize it, but just put some water on it, because our hair really tends to like water. I know for most black women, we've been taught, growing up with perms, to stay away from the pool, stay away from water in any way, right? But when your hair is in its natural state, it loves water. Okay, so I will do that from time to time. I think that's it, right? Anything else?
I think we wanted to talk about authenticity.
Oh, we can talk about authenticity? I don't think we did. Okay.
No, you went from...
I went from journey to care. Okay, so we didn't talk about authenticity. You want to go ahead and talk about it?
Sure. Yeah, so I think... we talked about it earlier, but just our hair being in its most natural state, it really will take off. Especially once it locks. Like, once it locks, you'll see that in those first, depending on your hair type, those first like 6 months to a year, and once it locks, it really grows and takes off. But I think it's really something to be said for when our hair is in its most natural state, and when we are putting just chemicals in it and artificial ingredients, because this is, there's so many important things that are attached to your scalp, and I know we've talked about it before, but your crown chakra, and just messing with the energy that is associated with your crown chakra, and when you're putting all those chemicals and those added artificial ingredients, they, just the wear and tear that can really do to your energy and to your health.